Police say the shooting is connected with 2 other deaths in the borderland.
My daughter's scared. She doesn't want to go to school.
Only on ABC-7, a Las Cruces mother's cry for help. She says her daughter's being bullied by a classmate and a school employee.
Well, just how much rain are we tracking in your forecast overnight? We'll take a look at the latest FutureTrack computer model, talk about any upcoming changes to your work week. That's all coming up in Stormtrack Weather.
And so although it's uncomfortable and although it's unpleasant and I'm disappointed certain members of council can't show other members respect.
Historically, we've sat in a numeric order. That seat is reserved for District 7.
After months of back and forth, it looks like 2 city reps will be sitting next to each other after all. ABC-7 at 9 starts now.
Live, where news comes first. From the Mesilla Valley and Las Cruces to El Paso and the borderland. This is ABC-7 at 9 on the El Paso Las Cruces CW.
And good evening, and thank you for joining us here on ABC-7 at 9 on the CW. I'm Stephanie Valle. Investigators say they can make educated guesses, but they may never know why a police officer was shot last night, a woman found dead inside a Far East El Paso home, and why a man was found dead behind a Lower Valley business. Police say all 3 incidents are most likely connected. We first told you last night about the police officer shot near North Loop and Yarborough. Investigators say that investigation is connected to a suspicious death in Far East El Paso and an apparent suicide on the 9400 block of Alameda. Police tell ABC-7 the man found dead this morning behind a cash store on Alameda Street died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. They also tell ABC-7 they have reason to believe that man was involved in the death of the woman and the ambush on the police officer. Shortly before 5 o'clock this morning, police were called to a home on the 12,000 block of Sal Rosua. That's near Vista del Sol and Loop 375 in Far East El Paso. When officers entered the home, they found the woman's body. A spokesman would not tell us who called officers to that location or how the woman died. And just before 9 o'clock last night, an officer performing a traffic stop was shot near Yarborough and North Loop. The suspect's vehicle got away, prompting a massive search of the area that came up empty. We're told that officer has had a pair of surgeries so far. It's been a busy day for officers, and the investigation is still developing at this time. One thing spokesman Chris Mears wanted to make perfectly clear, the suspect found dead today is not a victim.
He's a suspect. He committed suicide. You're not a victim of suicide. He committed suicide. And we believe he's a suspect in a murder and possibly in an attempted capital murder of a police officer. So I wouldn't call him a victim. I can tell you that he's a Hispanic male in his 30s.
ABC-7's Ashley Rodriguez is learning more about each crime scene, and she spoke with witnesses today, and we'll have the reaction tonight on ABC-7 at 10. But let's move on to Stormtrack Weather now. Stormtracker Nicole Gomez is live with your first forecast. Hi, Nicole.
Hey there, Stephanie. So far, looking pretty good out there. Let's take a look at Doppler radar. We are tracking some activity well to our northeast. Notice here in El Paso and Las Cruces, we're currently seeing calm conditions. Again, most of the heaviest activity is tracking towards the east. But our current temperatures, 67 degrees just outside the studio. We didn't pick up any rainfall today. And 0.01 is what we picked up in Cañutillo, where a current temperature of 67, 72 the current temperature at Mattress Firm, and the Farm and Ranch Museum, 67 is the current temperature. So a little cool out there. At the El Paso International Airport, we're also sitting in the 60s. 50s at Guadalupe Pass, 62 is the current temperature at TRC, and our wind speeds calm. Silver City dimming 3 miles per hour TRC. We're at 6 here in El Paso, and throughout the region we are seeing calm winds tonight. So far things are looking pretty good out there, but coming up in your full forecast, we'll talk about what you can expect tonight and the rest of your work week. That's all coming up in Stormtrack Weather. Stephanie.
Okay, Nicole, thank you. New tonight, the game of musical chairs in city council chambers is coming to an end. And the city rep who instigated the first move from her assigned seat said she's stepping up and moving back to her original seat. She says she's doing it for taxpayers. It's been almost a year since Representatives Lily Limon and Courtney Nyland shared space on the dais. Next week, they'll be back in close quarters.
I was elected to represent this community. If I'm faced with challenges going forward, I'm going to have to figure out a way to effectively continue to lead this community and serve them with the utmost respect.
The chair swap started when Nyland asked the mayor in an email last November if she could move seats due to unwanted touching and grabbing by Limon.
I'm totally
baffled. I don't know what to tell you. I wouldn't be able to add anything to it.
Nyland ended up swapping with District 1 Rep Ann Morgan Lilly, who later also asked to move. The mayor recently asked Limon if she would scoot over a chair. Limon gave ABC-7 her response.
Historically, we've sat in a numeric order. That seat is reserved for District 7, and that's where I would want to stay.
Nyland told ABC-7 she met with Limon and Mayor Oscar Leeser Tuesday afternoon to tell them she will be moving back to the District 8 seat. Representative Nyland said she decided to move back to her originally assigned seat when she found out that it would cost $6,800 of taxpayer money to install a computer and a microphone at an empty seat on the dais.
So although it's uncomfortable and although it's unpleasant, and I'm disappointed certain members of council can't show other members respect, I think it's imperative to always have the taxpayer at the forefront of our concerns.
And Representative Lily Limon declined to talk on camera, but she told me over the phone that she honors Nyland's decision and elaborated in a written statement, saying she hopes returning to traditional council seating will allow us to conduct our meetings in a professional and courteous manner. And that change takes effect on Monday. Recent teen suicides across the U.S. have brought a lot of attention to the problem of bullying.
The little girl has threatened to slash my daughter's throat. She's being stalked. She needs to watch her back.
A Las Cruces mother says her daughter is not only being bullied by a classmate, but also by a cafeteria worker. And in Stormtrack Weather, Nicole.
Well, coming up in your full forecast, we'll take an hour-by-hour look at what you can expect tomorrow morning and afternoon. That's all coming up in Stormtrack Weather.
This is ABC 7 at 9 on the CW, where news comes first.